Welcome to my crafty friends who are going to be hanging out with me as we are diving into finally the new Art of Planning and Journaling insert for September. I have been jonesing for the opportunity to get into this insert and start putting it together. I'm going to show you a couple of pages a week as we go. I am doing two. So I'm doing a business oriented one and I'm doing a personal version. So I'm going to be sharing the bits and pieces that I've done in both throughout the time that we are together planning in this particular insert. So let's go ahead and hop in and take a look at what I've got. So before we start in the planning aspect of it today, I wanted to share with you a couple of pages that I have set up in my personal version. So the first is I plan on using this layout as a gratitude. I don't necessarily need a monthly planner to be able to plan all the things. I have plenty of those. So I wanted to utilize this as a way to kind of track my gratitude throughout the course of the month. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this particular spread is each day, I'm going to note something that I'm grateful for. On the next page, right now, I only have some activities planned for September, and then I have a couple of goals that I wanted to reach, and then I've already set up my routine page. This is something I did a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, actually. I think I did it sometime last week, putting together this kind of layout so that I can track what I'm doing. Is kind of like a habit tracker, but also a routine at the same time. And then I want to show you the first page I have in here, and then we're going to dive into actual planning. So the next page that I have, and this is out of the 4 pages that are dot grid, you can use them for pretty much anything. I decided to do 1 line a day. I'm not a huge journaler, so this will give me an opportunity to kind of write what activity I participated in each day. It will be different than this page, which will be gratitude. So I'll be writing things on here that I'm grateful for. These will be actual activities that I participated in throughout the day. So those are the first 3 pages inside of the new Art of Planning and Journaling. I will pop back in and share with you guys next week a couple more pages and how you can use this insert as well. But let's dive into some planning. I actually went through, because this is the dots and spaces are a little bit different than the journal that I've been using, the dot grid journal. I had to check and see how everything fit in there this time. So I grabbed my pile of markers. Now I did do a pen test, and I'll kind of show you what that includes. I like to go and grab the sticker sheets that we have available. So I have the journal sticker sheets and the sticker sheet that came with the kit. I have those available, and I kind of like to lay them out so I can see the colors. And so what I did was I went through my markers and I grabbed each of the colors that I wanted to use that kind of matched what I was working towards. And then I actually did colored pencils as well, because I colored the first page. And so I wanted to have some color reference as well for colored pencils that I wanted to use. So that's how I determined what markers I'm going to be using for my layouts. And so let's dive back over and take a look at that. All right, I'm going to kind of move all these things out of the way because they're kind of bulky and underneath my stuff. So what I did was I went through and I used this stencil to create the headers for each one of the days of the week. So this is the basic check, and I went through and created the layouts for that. And then on Stencil Tip Tuesday, I talked about how you can create an activity or a important box. And this is actually the top 3 insert. And so I included that as basically the top 3 activities that I need to get done for the day. So that's kind of how that goes. All right, we're going to dive in. I've got my big stencil so that I can draw my shapes and sizes. And I'm just going to kind of get all of my stencils or all of my pens out here that I've been using to put this together. And we're just going to dive in. I think I'm going to use my brown marker. I like it probably the best when it comes to just a neutral shade, even though I could probably use anything I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of outline each of these boxes that I have that I've set up a little bit beforehand so that I can make sure that I have good spacing. And again, this is a replica of the top 3 inserts. So if you like this kind of layout, I would go ahead and grab one of those. The difference is instead of there being a mushroom with a box at the top, there's actually 3 boxes, 3 to-do boxes for you to be able to check things off. And that's the difference between the layouts. Let's scooch over here and do these ones so that I can do all the verticals at the same time. And I really like that everything is going to be all in one layout so that I can grab one insert and have my content planning, which is what I use for my monthly. So content planning at the beginning, and have my weekly layouts all in one. I loved having that aspect with my bullet journal too. And so I'm going to love continuing that using one insert, and it will be a little bit thinner. It won't take up as much space as my entire journal, but it'll be worth it. All right, so we also have some lines down here as well. These are going to be lines for notes. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in here now and do all the horizontals at the same time. This section has like to-dos and then notes. So if you are one of those kind of people that likes to write notes or to-do lists, these will serve you fantastically for that purpose. And I'm excited to like really dive into playing in this insert. I've had so much fun with my personal one, getting to put it together and deciding what I wanted to track and what I want to kind of put together. Let's do this part real fast so that I can just go in and add my lines afterwards. Have you guys gotten your inserts yet? And have you had a chance to like jump into them and determine how you want to use them or play in them? Or I'm excited to see all the different ways that everybody uses their art of planning and journaling inserts. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a big hit, but people are probably a little nervous because they're like, I'm not quite sure what to do with all of these things in here. And I really think that it's going to serve a lot of people in a lot of different ways, whether you are a planner or a journaler or what you are doing. Oh, Stacy, I think that you have, she's like, I have it, but I'm not sure what to do with it yet. You just got to dive in and like try different things out. And here's the good thing is at the end of the month, if you don't like how it served that purpose for that month, then you just get to try it out the next month and see how it works the next month. I think that's what I'm most excited about, is that it's not a forever insert. I can do something new with it next time. And I think that will spur people to like really get creative with it. I know it seems a little bit overwhelming, but if people like jump in and try it out and do different things with it, I think that it will become something that they will love to plan in. I envision doing business planning in my extra large one, and I have some things that I'm contemplating putting together. So I'm going to go ahead and, let me do these lines first, and then I will go in and do some erasing and add my boxes at the top. Just looks like a lot of brown right now. We'll add some color. We'll pizzazz it up. We'll make it fancy. I've had a lot of fun, like just diving into and coming up with different ideas. I spent some time writing a blog post on this particular layout, or on the different layouts, and all of the different ideas that I was able to put together, just thinking of different ways. And of course, I spent some time on Pinterest, and that's always a good place to get some ideas, is to see how other people are using different, it's kind of like a bullet journal almost, but how are other people using it? And that helps me to like get some ideas of how I want to use it. Oh, I guess I should. Okay, this is going to bother me. We're going to move that out of the way. How are people using a bullet journal? That's essentially what this is. And what kind of pages and things are they tracking? And what kind of things are they finding the most value in? I love that aspect, is really diving into it. Hi, friends. It is so changeable, and because you can use it to like track one thing, and then the next month you're like, I don't need to track that this month, so I'm not going to. Makes it so super versatile. Whereas like if you have a habit tracker, it's one particular layout, and I love the habit tracker. Do not get me wrong, and I use my habit tracker religiously. But if you want to learn to track different habits, this gives you some, or different things about your business or your personal life or whatever you're using it for. It gives you lots of opportunity to like try something new and try different layouts. And that's why I like using I love all of our weeklies, and you can definitely try out all of our weeklies by grabbing a sampler. I think it's probably one of the best options that we have available, but I like the creative aspect of it. And so I like to be able to hop in and like draw and get creative. Hence the reason why I do the majority of my crafty stuff right here in the craft hub, because I like to be able to share that crafty side of me as well. All right. So there's our basic layout. Let me just do the things real fast. I'm going to clean up all of my marker, or all my colored pencils. So apologize for the wiggle for a minute while I get this all cleaned up, and then we're going to vacuum it up. So good news is that I just did the like little frame pieces, so I don't have a ton of stuff to erase. Just the top part, and then the little frame pieces. So I apologize for the wiggle. Hold on, it's almost over. It's almost over, friends, I promise. We'll try to keep the wiggle to the minimum as we finish out the layout. And then I've got my handy vacuum cleaner. Get that all cleaned up. And then we'll start decorating in it, make it look fantastic. All right, here we go. So now we get to do the fun part, which is coloring all the things, right? That's the fun part. Okay, I want to do like different kinds of mushroom. I want to do different kinds of like mushroom designs. So I'm gonna, I think like, first I'm gonna color all the stems, because I like to have one thing uniform about all of them. So I'm going to color all the stems first. And then I'm going to leave this box blank each day so that I can actually write in it. But I think I'm going to color the top boxes, these ones, the header boxes. I think I'm going to color those in before I write the dates, or the dates in them, whatever goes up there, the days of the week, the days, you know what I mean. All All right, let's do some polka dots because mushrooms with polka dots makes the most sense, right? Always reminds me of Alice in Wonderland and her the little mushroom that the caterpillar sits on, and then the mushrooms that she eats, right? I don't know why I just thought of that. That's random and weird. It's all good. But that's what I think of. And I know they're like white dots and not yellow, but white dots are boring. White dots are boring, so I'm not going to color them white. I'm going to color them red because I can. I'm going to take my red. We're going to outline them. Now, if you are curious about what markers I'm using, these particular ones that I have right now are Staedtler fine liners. They're very fine tipped. That's what I use to also do all the line work in here. I know that Staedtler has some other markers too that are not fine liners, but I don't have those ones. I just have these ones. And can obviously use them to color into like fine spaces. And the marker that I used for the stems is a Stampin' Write marker. And I will tell you that depending on how much you color in the same spot will depend how much bleed through there is. And I don't want to say bleed through because it's more like ghosting, like you can see it on the next page, but it's not going to hinder you from being able to plan or draw or whatever. It's not like the whole thing is coming through. Let me kind of give you an example. So if you look here, this is ghosting of the things I did on this page, but it's not going to keep me from moving forward with the plan, right? All right, so let's do a little bit of shading. And then I think I will let's do like some lines like this. Because why not? And then I have two different colored yellows, so I can use that as my. This particular marker is a Zig marker, also one of my favorite kinds of markers. And I have that in two different yellow colors. One of them is Butter, and this is Summer Sun. I will tell you that my Zig markers I have had for over 20 years. It's crazy to me to think that I've had my markers that long, but they're good quality markers. I think I've only had to throw like 3 away, and they were probably like my most used markers. So they had a lot of use in them. Let's do some. We're going to do this again, but we're going to do some checks instead. Because that's fun. And I have two different colors green of this. So we're going to do this one. This green color is called Sagebrush, which I see a lot of here where I live. Sagebrush. I live in the desert with the mountains right butted up against it. So it's kind of fun to be able to have two different kinds of environments. It's weird sometimes though, because it'll be snowing in one place and not in the other. So that can be kind of weird sometimes. And this color is called Evergreen. And it is obviously a little bit brighter green color. And then I think I will do just a plain mushroom. What other kind of mushroom do you think I should do? I've got a striped, a dotted, a plaid. What other kind should I do? I don't know. While I wait for some ideas, I'm going to come in here and do some highlights. Let's see. Oh, I gotta have a teal one. Yes, this is my favorite color of marker. I have some pretty fantastic people who love me because this was the only marker that I needed from the set, and I used it all. And so I had some Stampin' Up! Friends, and they were kind enough to send me, they were demos. They were kind enough to send me their extras. And I was like, thank you so much. I love you. Because they shared their fun marker with me. They didn't have to. No thoughts, you guys? No thoughts on what kind of mushroom to do next? Well, I guess I'll have to wing it. Let's see. Have a plain, a stripe, a polka dot. Let's do. Let's do. I know we're gonna do 1/2 polka dot. Do 1/2 polka dot. And then I'm going to do the other half stripes. Why not? I'm going to use fawn for one stripe. And then the other one is Peach Bliss. And then well, I can tell you it's not my favorite, but it is what it is. All right, let's add our highlighting. All right, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to color the tops of each one of these. And then I'll write the dates in them. So I'm going to go with this red. This is a Stampin' Write marker. This is called Real Red. My Stampin' Up! Friends will tell me if it's ones that are discontinued or not. I never know because I've had these a pretty long time too. Some of them are like, yeah, we don't even have that marker anymore. That's not a color we even talk about. I'm going to do this one in Summer Sun. This is Zig. Looks like my Summer Sun is wearing out. I'm going to use my sagebrush. And of course my Coastal Cabana, which I don't think they have this marker anymore either, because she was like, Coastal Cabana. She's like, yeah, I don't know what you're going to do when that one runs out. And I said, probably cry. I'll do fawn. Do you guys have any ideas or any thoughts about what you want the next kit to be? Oh, this one is only available. The mushroom is only available until August 31st. And then we get to see the new ones on September 9th. So I'm just curious. I know that she's already decided what it's going to be, but I'm just curious what kind of guesses you have or what you would like to see for kits for, and this one will be for October. As soon as we get finished with this one, we're going to add some color, or not color, some dates and times. I'm going to use my brown pen again. Where did it go? Where did my brown pen go? Oh, there it is. Pumpkins, maybe, or ghosts. Ooh, that would be fun. So this one is Monday, the 2nd, Tuesday, the 3rd, Wednesday. You guys have to say Wednesday so that you spell it right too. It sometimes trips me up because my name is spelled the same in the first 4 letters with the same 4 letters. And sometimes I have to say Wednesday instead of Wendy. Thursday. That might be just my own problem that I have. Thursday, the 5th. Friday, 6th. Saturday, 7th. And that leaves this for Sunday, the 8th. I can't believe we're already planning the first week in September. It's crazy to me. All right, you're gonna bear with me for just a second. I gotta color these leaves. I don't like that they're like just hanging out with no color in them. Makes me sad because I like color. So we're gonna take some time to color our leaves for just a hot minute. Who's ready for the leaves to start changing colors? Oh, I am for sure ready for our leaves to start changing colors. I don't want the weather to change though. I want it to continue to stay warm. I had to have my house coat on, which is like it's one of those blanket sweatshirts. I had to have that on this morning because it's currently only 7 degrees outside, but I'm pretty sure it's cooler in my house because we sleep. It's that weird time of the year, at least in Pacific Northwest. I don't know if you guys have this, where it's super cold in the morning, and then by the afternoon, it's in the high 70s or low 80s, and sometimes, like in the middle of September, we even get up into the 90s. Usually during our rodeo week, it's really nice and hot. And then, but like because it's hot, we leave the windows open at night so that it can kind of cool down the house. But then my husband gets up for work at like 4 o'clock in the morning and he has to shut the house down. It's like 40 degrees in the house, and then it takes all day for it to warm up. It saves on air conditioning though, that's for sure. I guess that's one way you can put it. It's energy saving. So, but definitely is fall around here. I'm sure the leaves will start changing here soon. And it will be all kinds of fall activities. I'm missing out on getting to watch football this year. My son that played football graduated from high school. He's now a freshman in college. So we don't have any, and we've been watching football for 10 years because he started when he was in the 3rd grade. So we watched him play football for 10 years, and then we're not going to have any football. It's weird. So my husband and I decided that tomorrow we're going to go watch the high school. They have a home football game. So we're going to go watch the high school team play football because why not? We don't have anything better to do on a Friday night, and we're missing football. So we're going to go watch some football. It'll be all good. That's probably our first fall activity that we'll participate in. All right, I grabbed my washi tape. I'm going to add some washi down here on the bottom, and then we're going to add some stickers just for some fun flair, because I don't necessarily need a header on this particular part. Pumpkins was Teresa's guest too. I loved Cheryl. We were having a session the other day and Cheryl's like, ooh, I want owls. I'm like, ooh, that can be kind of like Halloweenish but fallish at the same time. That would be a whole lot of fun. All right, let me see what I have available for stickers. The stickers, I have a limited selection, so I want to make sure that I grab the ones I really want to use. And I always like to layer. I don't know. Am I the only weird one like that likes to layer their stickers? I do. I like to layer my stickers. It's just a weird thing. I know. I'm sorry, but it is who I am. So you're just going to have to get used to it. Just gives the stickers so much dimension. There we go. All right, you guys. Yeah, it was Cheryl that said that too, Stacy. I was like, ooh, I like that idea. So there we go, friends. There is our layout for the first week in September. Doesn't have to be super complicated. We can make it very easy. There's plenty of space to do planning. I love these boxes at the top. They'll be perfect for either your top 3 or whatever things that you want to add in there. This has a box for each day of the week. So again, if you loved this kind of layout, you can check out the top 3 insert in the extra large. That's what this top 3 insert weekly looks like. I just switched out these boxes for the top 3, and I'm excited to be jumping in and using the new Art of Planning and Journaling insert for my planning for September. So thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week.